Okay, welcome guys. Thank you so much for joining. You are on Flip the Script, sponsored by Jahara. And today we are being hosted by myself and Cassandra, and we'd just like to thank you for joining. And we are very excited to hear what the last few weeks has been like for you with the MRT program. So I think maybe if I can start and ask you, Khalil, what is MRT for those that don't already know?
Okay, so MRT stands for Moral Recognition Therapy. It took all of us a couple of weeks to understand it, and basically we're just learning how to become loyal people, and we are all stuck in this little box of this loyalty. And throughout the MR3 process, so we're looking at step 1 to step 7, we are learning to find ourselves, our inner self. Now, we did a bunch of activities such as our job CV, which was a lot of fun. So we applied for fake jobs with fake CVs, and we basically changed our time in addiction into how we can use those skills to benefit other people as well as ourselves. So we did our jobs. I got the job. I was a profile analyst.
What job did you apply for?
It was a profile analyst. I think, Claudia, you also got a job, hey?
I think so.
Yeah, what was it?
It was witness tamperer.
Witness tamperer. So basically my job I had to go and frame other people, and then her job is pretty self-explanatory. But yeah, so we did step 1 to step 7. It was a very grueling process. And in each step, you're kind of coming out of the box and you're kind of just trying to be as honest as possible.
No, thanks, Khalil. Slade, what would you say you learned about yourself during this process?
Well, I think that's actually quite a difficult question for me because this whole thing's kind of been a journey of self-discovery and just learning things about myself that I didn't know before. One of the biggest things I think I learned about myself was that I put myself in this box that I can't achieve anything beyond that box. But what I learned through this MRT process is that I'm capable of so much more, and I have so much potential that I haven't reached and tapped into yet. Another thing that I learned about myself is the actual destruction I caused in addiction. I think for me, it was something I have to take responsibility for. It's something I have to look at and see what I need to do so that those people can heal as well. So yeah, I think those are the two main things I learned during this process.
I think the third thing you learned is that you really love volleyball.
Yes. Yes. And he's very good at it.
Awesome. And Mpho, for you, what did you find the most challenging part of this process?
Thank you, Rachel and Cassandra, for having us. Yeah, for me, MRT, moral recognition therapy. Yeah, with myself with a bit of history of multiple treatment attempts, it was really a breakthrough in the sense that over the years I've really felt like I've had a dual personality or a war within two people in myself, and I think really when I go back to the crux of it, I was raised well, with the proper morals and still. So addiction takes away from that, and you can feel it when you're in active addiction. The things that we do, you can feel this fight that I don't want to do this, but I do, and you don't want to be in that kind of lifestyle. So this program of MRT really helped me get to the bottom of this inner self, as my colleague here has alluded. Yeah, the inner self, the morals, where it went wrong, and the hope that came with it was probably the best gift that I could have gotten from MRT. Just you go back and you realize that I'm not alone. There is hope and peace that comes with it, that there is something that can be done. I am the problem, and I can sort out the problem. When I go back, I don't take away from step 4, but you kind of look for problems outside of you, the resentments there, what I did there. And this really got to what's wrong with me in the inside. And that's the biggest thing that I took out of it, is that it's me, and I have the option of changing the way the story ends.
So Khalil, you mentioned the live CV that you had to do, and then you guys had to do the interviews. Claudia and her weapon of choice. I'm just going to be really nice to Claudia. So you guys have got a lot of tasks to do. You did the groups. There's a whole bunch of things that you guys have done over the last few weeks. So Claudia, I just wanted to find out from you, what was your favorite part about MRT?
So for me, my favorite part was being a part of a team. In addiction, it's very isolating. It's very much on your own. You lack connection with people. It's something you really struggle with in addiction, is actually finding that connection with others. And I think being able to be a part of a group that supports you, that you can be open and honest with, vulnerable with, it really changes your perspective on people as a whole. For me, I learned the most from the people around me, and I learned a lot. It's a lot easier to trust than when I believed before I went into MRT, because you're trusting these people with all your secrets. You're trusting them with realizations you've just come up with and you've just figured out, and now you have to tell others, and it's not an easy thing. It's scary. It's not nice being vulnerable. So I think the teamwork for me was my favorite part of MRT.
Thank you.
And on that note of teamwork, I know there was obviously a lot of group activities where you guys competed against one another. How was that? How did your group actually do in the process?
So our group, we gelled pretty quickly from the beginning. We had our ups and downs. I mean, we are all human. We have our arguments, but we realized that once we had communicated, most of our arguments were a miscommunication or a misunderstanding. I think a lot of the time we argue with things we don't understand. So as soon as we sat down as a team and spoke about it, it became like a well-oiled machine. We worked really well together. The first week we did a lot better than we expected. We came second overall, which was quite an achievement for us. But yeah, we're very close now as a team. We get on very well. We learned a lot about each other. And yeah, it's been nice because in our teams, we're all in different stages of our program. So some of us are brand new, some of us have been a while. And so just to see the growth in each individual person was really cool to be a part of. Yeah.
Awesome. And the rest of you, how is the competitiveness within the team?
Okay, so with my team, we started off with volleyball, well, like every other team, and we did awfully. We came dead last. It was honestly just shocking. And then I think what happened as we started playing and started learning, we actually started not, I'm going to say, playing for ourselves. So it's after that volleyball tournament, we turned it into a real team exercise. So we had a bunch of tasks afterwards, which included like the vision board, the social contract, which we really stuck to actually. And we did the morning stretches. I don't know if you guys heard that.
I did hear that. Right next to my office. It was very impressive though, the discipline every morning.
Yeah, it was the morning stretches. It was the prayer. And we did as well like a little hands in with the motivation speech. And it really got us through. It really helped us gel. And honestly, I was so grateful that I got to connect so deeply with those people. I mean, even now with the outreach project, I'm sure you'll bring it up at some point, we really are working fantastically.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think for my team, it was kind of good from the beginning. We came together for the first tasking and the first sports tournament, and we really gelled together. We actually ended up coming first in that volleyball tournament, but yeah, I think from there it kind of boosted our morale, and we kind of worked really well as a team together. We let each person play to their individual strengths, and where I'd say perhaps I was weak in the area, someone else would stand up. And I think just doing that and letting everybody play to their own strengths really helped us a lot. Something else that we achieved as a team was we won a JRT outreach project, which I think is going to be absolutely amazing.
100%. Which I suppose leads us to the next question.
Yeah, I definitely want to know from you guys how your outreach projects are coming along. What is it looking like? What are you guys doing?
Yeah, for us, Team One, I think we are blessed to have this opportunity. We have been given, I think it's a Vision Daycare Center. It's a creche in Ekenhoek. Ekenhoek is, I think, 15-20 kilometers from Campus Ras. So it's an opportunity to give back. As addicts, now recovering addicts, we take so much away from the world, from the society. In our behavior, the things we do to our families. And this gives us an opportunity to give back and learn to give back. I believe it will be a good launching pad to give us that, that sensation, the feeling, the appreciation to see. I can't wait, and I'm sure my other team members, they share the same sentiment. We can't wait to see these little children, their faces light up. And as I'm saying, it's going to give us a launching pad to learn how to serve, how to give back. You know, I hope for myself it's something that I will carry on when I go back home, one day in my society, in a small way, in whatever small way, to interact and connect with the community that I've taken so much away from. Hopefully I can give back, and just by being alive, by being an example, by living in recovery, I believe I can be given that service in its own. But we'll be building a jungle gym. We'll be doing the jungle gym, a play area, renovating the sand pits and building some new play toys for them. So I can't wait to, I think next week we'll be getting on with them, going to site, getting the materials, and I can't wait to give back.
Awesome. Very cool. And Claudia?
So we are doing Klitludi creche, which is in Lebanon, which is about 50 minutes from here. It is an extremely underprivileged creche. There's hardly anything. They don't even have an outside area that they can sit in the shade. The actual creche building is dilapidated. It's got cardboard boxes holding it up on the inside. So we've really taken a lot of pride into this. We really want to give back. The name of the creche actually means God's blessing, and I think God has blessed us with this opportunity. We've also been blessed with the backing of Johara as a whole, and Team 4, which is Slade's team, has also stepped in to help us raise money. They also want to help us with the actual building when we get there. We've been going to town, trying to raise as much money as we can. It's been a really incredible experience, and the fact that there are so many people out there that want to give back, that have the means and are willing to share it with people that don't. So we are looking forward to it. We're trying to strengthen the building. We want to give them a better kitchen that they can cook in. We want to give them some toys that they can learn with. We want to get tables, chairs, mattresses for nap time. We want to get food donations. So we've organized some things. We're still working towards raising the funds that we need. But it's been a really cool experience, and it's been really special doing it with Team 4. I think our two teams have grown close as well on this journey. I mean, Carl's been amazing. He's from Team 4. He's just taken this on with full force, and I think a lot of this wouldn't have been done without him and Team 4. So yeah, we're very excited to see what happens. We're doing it in November, so we've got a little bit more time than the other teams, which I'm really grateful for, just to get us a few more donations so we can really give them the best of the best.
I must say, as I think the rest of MRT was, each group kind of playing for themselves, and the healthy competition that came from that. But to see how Team 3 and 4 have come together and have also realized that everyone has different strengths, and a collaboration often produces that much better results, and the value of teamwork has been very, very cool.
So like I said earlier, won the Lorato project, which is something that we're actually working with a halfway house in Mayerton. It's Victory Village, and we've been given the opportunity to help them help a youth care center which needs a lot of maintenance. It needs a lot of donation and needs a lot of help from people like us. So I think with us, it's just more trying to assist Victory Village in whatever way we can. Trying to help there to the best of our abilities. And something I really like is what Paul also touched on is just kind of starting that heart of service. Because I think without that, recovery isn't possible. And that's something I've experienced multiple times where I didn't give back and things got taken from me. So I think this opportunity to start realizing what it is like to give back is going to be amazing.
Yeah, I think that is truly a nice feeling. Yeah. Khalil?
Yeah, so we're working on a man named Daniel's house. He runs the maintenance for the church, our neighbors. And seeing how Daniel lives was disheartening. And it really did hurt us. However, we're so glad that we can at least do this for Daniel in service of God. And it's really, really going to go a long way for us understanding as addicts who a lot of the time live for ourselves are actually going to give to someone else. And it is a surreal feeling. We've already started working on it. We started taking out like massive boulders like this. So it's a lot of backbreaking work, but what is lovely is that people in my team are more than willing to do it.
Yeah, I think it's awesome to see, you know, some of the guys have already started, the Daniel's House project team has started, and yeah, I'm very excited, and I think our listeners will also enjoy and should keep their eyes out on our Facebook page just to stay updated. I think we're going to also be posting some before pictures and some after pictures just to really reflect everyone's hard work. But yeah, I think we're nearing to the end of our chat today. I wanted to know, for you, maybe we can start with Claudia again. What do you think that the overall goal of MRT was, and do you feel like it was achieved?
So for me, they did put a lot of emphasis on finding your inner self and trying to show us that our personality isn't what makes us us. It is something that we created for the world. And our inner self is something more pure, more kind, more loving. You know, for being in an addiction, you kind of develop a hard shell. You kind of act tough, or you act like you don't need anyone, but inside you're dying. So for me, I think I don't understand how it works, but it works. And for me, the most valuable thing it taught me was that I don't need to be someone else for people to appreciate or accept me. I can be who I want to be, who I am inside. And I think that was very important. It's brought out a side of me that I haven't seen in years. And I'm just really happy and grateful that I got this opportunity in my program to be a part of MRT. I started off very stressed about it. There were a lot of bumps in the road, a lot of tears. But I just, you know, there's an acceptance and a peace that I've developed over the last couple of weeks. It's really changed my life for the better. And I think, you know, it is a program that if anyone has the opportunity to just do it, because I think anyone could benefit from it. I don't think you need to be an addict to benefit from this. I think you can be any person. So yeah, I'm very grateful to Johara for this. Really.
That's awesome to hear how much it has helped you, and I think, you know, you're nearing towards the end of your
end of my program. Yeah, I am.
Do that. The ender of your program. That's really awesome to hear, and yeah, I think it just shows that no matter where you are in your program, you know, whether you're kind of towards the end like you, or whether you're someone like Mpo who's kind of new as well, you know, you kind of, the program, the MRT process meets you where you're at. Yeah, so that's cool to hear. And you, Paul, what do you kind of feel like the overall goal of it was?
Sure. Yeah, for me, it was, as I alluded to the earlier question, it's more a realignment of my moral compass. And I say this again because our behaviors at the end of the day in addiction is what we are trying to get to the bottom of correcting. And before I'd look more at external things to correct this. So this really gave me the opportunity to look within myself, the inner self, re-look at my morals, and I trust that this program will really help me. I can feel it already. I can feel that my behavior, I'm more aware of my behavior. I'm more aware of the wrong, even just wrong thoughts. I'm more aware of other people, and not being selfish. I'm more aware of myself. And I think this time round, I'm new in Jahara, I'm new in recovery, but I really feel like this time I'm going to get to know who I am. I believe that it's one thing to try and correct things on the outside, but if I was never right in the inside, I stood no chance at recovery. So I really believe this time, and I think Jahara, I think Mr. Mark Lewis, I think there's support staff for the work they've done in the background to make this possible. Yeah.
Awesome, thank you. Yeah, I think it's really important to work on the inside. I know something they always say is that, what is it? It's a heart problem.
Yes.
It's a heart problem.
Yeah. Yes.
And if you don't fix what's going on inside, then it's just messy. Khalil?
So I did a bit of reflecting, and when I looked back at some of the answers that I had in my MRT, and when I started verbalizing my answers, I actually started being embarrassed by the way I was thinking and how insane the thoughts were. Like, even while I was reading the paper, I just couldn't understand why I wrote that down. And we all had a bit of a chuckle, and I had a chuckle at myself. And I feel like this is only me just getting started to understand me. So I have no idea where I'm gonna go, but I've never been in such a peaceful state in my life.
That's awesome. And Said?
Yeah, I think this is quite a difficult question because I don't necessarily think any of us know what the actual end goal was. But I think the whole thing itself is just, like I said earlier, just been for me a journey of self-discovery and discovering who I actually am and who I actually can be. I think that's one of the biggest things for me. I think I've always doubted my own capabilities, doubted the things I can actually do in my life, and doubted the amount of people I can help. But by doing all the steps and all the projects and stuff that we've done, I've shown myself that I'm more than capable of doing a lot. So I think for me, what the end goal was to show myself that I am capable, and to show myself that there is not only the past but also a future ahead of me. So I think that was really beautiful to learn.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. Thank you so much for your time, and don't lose the momentum that you gained here.
Sure. 100%.
Keep it, carry it forward, and just continue working hard. And we look forward to hearing a little bit more about your outreach projects on our maybe next episode. We'll see. Awesome. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you, Rachel.
Thank you, Rachel.